Okay, this is a quick tutorial to show you how to change the colors for the Jacob's Ladder Afghan. You can see that I have a different contrasting color in this section, and how we're doing it for this Afghan is in the chain space for the contrasting color is where we're going to change the colors on the wrong side. So it will create a line on the wrong side where you change the colors. Okay, my first occurrence for this next section is on the wrong side, and we want to keep all the color changes on the wrong side. So we're going to bring our yarn to the front and bring the new color to the front there. And I have not done the chain one space yet, so I'm just going to make the chain one with the new color. And then as you're going along on the first row, we're only going to pick up the front loop so that it leaves a line where the new color is not showing through. So I have my chain one space now. I'm just going to pick up the front loop of the mesh stitch. Okay, you can see that that doesn't show through on that side. So I will meet you back where we're going to do the next color change. I have to do 23 front stitches for this section. Okay, I'm at the end of this section, and I've gone through the front loop. You can see when it pulls up, you won't see that stitch. And now I'm ready to change back to the darker contrasting color. So I'm going to pull this to the front, and then we're going to add back in a new ball of yarn because we're not carrying the yarn. We do a different ball of yarn for each section. So I'm just going to make the chain, mix the chain again with a new color, and then we can continue on working in both loops. Okay, so we need to continue doing the rest of this contrasting row and the next main color row. So I will meet you back to show you the color change again on the next contrasting color row. Okay, I'm at the next point where we're going to change the colors. So I have not done the chain space yet. So this time we're keeping the yarn on the wrong side. We are going to go under that same place where we made the chain before, pull up a loop, chain two, and then on the third chain we're going to pull it through our first color. So now we've made a color change that's in the chain space for the contrasting color. So I can continue on, and that replaces the chain one space, so don't do a chain there. So now I can continue on my row, and we're working through both loops. So I will meet you at the other end of this section so we can go over that again. Okay, I've reached the other end of the this color section, so we're going to change it back. I have not done the chain space yet, so we're going to go into that chain we made with that color, pull up a loop, chain two, and then chain three going through that other color loop. You can tighten that up. So now we're ready to start the next section again. Now to do the ending of this color change for this section, now we're going to work into the back loop of the mesh stitches. So I have my chain one, And so we're going to go into the back loop. So I've done the rest of the stitches in the back into the back loop, and you can see that you don't see any of those stitches bleeding through on this side. So when you're working on the right side, you're going to be going into the back loop, and when you're on the wrong side, you will be going into the front loop. So that makes a clean edge. You don't see the color bleeding through.